Welcome to Attention Retention, the podcast where we explore the world of recruitment and retention in the trucking and logistics industry. I'm your host, Jackie McManus, CEO and founder of KJ Media, a recruitment advertising agency specializing in this space. Today, we'll be discussing why you should be creating a Facebook careers page. Make sure to like and subscribe on whatever channel you're listening to so you can stay up to date on all future content.
Welcome to Attention Retention with Jackie McManus, your source for the latest trends in transportation recruitment and retention.
A common question I often get from new clients and current clients is if they should create a dedicated careers page through Facebook. My response is yes. Why exactly is the separation important, and how does it help broaden your recruitment efforts? We're going to dive deep in that during this podcast. Essentially, it all comes back to the algorithm, and we will be releasing another podcast specifically on the Facebook algorithm and how that works. If you're posting a mix of recruitment marketing and traditional marketing content on your corporate Facebook page, any given post is likely to be relevant only to a segment of your audience. Sure, there are going to be people who are interested in your company, both as potential applicants and as consumers, and those people's perception of your employer brand will affect their buying habits. But let's assume that majority of your followers aren't. That means that each piece of employer branding content will be very relevant to the consumer segment of your follower base, and vice versa. And Facebook will penalize you by showing your posts to fewer people. Given the difficulty of optimizing one page to reach two different audience sectors, most larger companies have adopted the strategy of utilizing a separate page for their employer branding. We recommend this specifically for small to medium-sized businesses that are growing in the space. In this way, it's possible to create an audience that consists exclusively of Facebook users who are interested in learning more about your corporate culture, your mission, your values, meaning that Facebook will deem your posts to be more relevant than they would have been if you were targeting towards both potential buyers and potential candidates. The result, if you're posting quality content, will improve reach and engagement for both pages. The division of audiences will be especially critical when it comes to advertisements and sponsors posts. Because Facebook gives businesses the option of targeting posts specifically to users who are already followed or have engaged with your page, a more segmented audience can actually make your advertising more effective in terms of both costs, since Facebook's price per click is determined in part by the relevance score and lead generation. So let's say you're interested in creating a standalone career page on Facebook. How do you get started? Essentially, the goal here is to share your company culture in a way that gets very consistent with your employer branding so that potential applicants can begin to envision what their day-to-day lives would be like working at your company. This means that a lot of the focus of your post should be of your team, your current drivers, your current warehouse workers, your current diesel techs, and team members at company events or hiring events or barbecues. Every photo is a good photo, especially with the power of a smartphone. Everyone's a photographer in today's day and age, so post them. What about pictures of people engaging in the type of work that they love doing or employees learning from another expertise? Share those too. For example, we have a lot of clients that have created career development paths for warehouse workers that are now CDL drivers that can eventually become dispatchers, recruiters, operation managers, and rise the ranks through there. You really want to showcase what your company does internally and showcase that externally, and Facebook gives you that resource. Again, the exact nature of what you will post will be based on your employer brand and your EVP. If your EVP is based in part on a cool, younger company that is growing and new to the space, you definitely want to highlight that it is a very energy-driven, younger workforce, and that's the type of personnel that you're looking to bring into your office and into your terminal. On the flip side, There are a lot of companies out there, especially in our space, where they've been in the industry. It's a family business. They've been in the industry for 20, 30, 40, 50, 70 years. I just talked to a client the other day. I think they hit 85 years in business, and it was started by the great grandfather. I mean, how cool is that? And now his great grandchildren are the executives of the team. Showcasing that your company has that longevity as well has been something that our clients have seen to be very successful, especially during a very unstable market, which we're in currently right now in 2023. So visuals are the backbone of your content strategy. It's very helpful to also use employee stories with testimonials. With that option, you're able to then also tag the employee that gave you that testimonial. That in turn, they're able to share it with their friends, their family, their loved ones. And the wives, the husbands, the kids are involved with their parent who's being highlighted at the company that they work for. And that all around is a good feel for not only the company, but the employee and then their entire family as well. Another tip I'd love to highlight as well to post on your recruiting page is also helping and giving tips and information about what your interview process looks like, or what does a day in the life of a driver look like, what candidates can expect. Applicants really appreciate transparency in the hiring process, and we're seeing that every year become more and more true. And they also want to be prepared. They want to know what they're getting into, because it really is, no pun intended, drivers are in the driver's seat right now when it comes to opportunity. So there's no reason to be coy about what an ideal employee looks like to you. Tell them, show them. By giving them information that will help them later on down the line, you'll provide your followers something more tangible value in exchange for their attention. The same goes for sharing links to articles with insights into, how to navigate looking for a new carrier of choice, or how to look at career development. What's your company doing along the lines of career development? Helpful health tricks, meditation trips, overall wellness is something that we're seeing more and more clients do, and it's deeming to be very positive all around for our clients and then for the new employees. Naturally, you should be sharing anything exciting, employment related news and articles from your company's end. But if you're posting multiple times a day, which you should to be on maximize results, you're going to want a lot of diversity within your content. There are rules of thumb when it comes to Facebook and best practices versus Instagram versus TikTok, and happy to create another podcast specifically on what those best practices look like. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we will see you next time.